Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week was a big one in terms of lovely Gardeny Bits. I dug my very first flower bed. I actually dug two, one along the side of the garden and one at the back, and it was hard. It was hard, and like I was halfway through it going, oh, I wonder should I have just done the no dig bed situation. Now I did do a no dig bed last year for one of my veg beds, and I'm doing it again for this year for the veg bed, but I'll talk to you about that now in a second. I'm so proud of myself for doing it, but oh, I'm a little bit achy, not gonna lie. Last weekend was a long weekend here in Ireland, and we had 2 full days of rain. So in my head I was like, great, 2 days of rain will soften the soil, it won't be as compact. The soil ended up being just so heavy and thick and clay-like, and I was like trying to like get the shovel like sideways. It was hard going, as I said, but I had a system. I love watching garden rescues, like one of my favourites, because I feel like when they show things that it's kind of achievable. So I had watched one over the previous weekend, and I had actually looked up a few YouTube videos to see how to dig, or was there a special way of digging up a flower bed, and a lot of them had done, and on Garden Rescue they had kind of dug their shovel in, or their spade, you know, cut out squares or rectangles of sod so that if you got under, then you'd be able to just take it off. Now I wasn't able to quite take it off like that, but that grid system seemed to work. It kind of loosened up the soil around the edges a little bit. I kept having to stop because I had to get like really low down to get like the force behind it. I ended up like bruising my hand for and in my head I was going, do you know what, Monty Don said the gardening is relaxing, and I find gardening relaxing, not that part, but do you know what, it worked out in the end. The one on the back was easier to do because, again, I think the soil was just that little bit drier. That's why the lavender on that back wall does so well, because it's like proper free draining soil. It's drier than on the side. So I did that. That was grand. And then I had ordered a ton of vegetable compost. No, it was vegetable soil mixed in with compost on Quick Crop, and that arrived on Tuesday, maybe? Yes, it was, because I went out to Catherine's on Tuesday morning. She said she would give me a lender for a wheelbarrow.
The warhorse of a barrow is going to a new home.
Battered,
actually,
but you know what? It's going to be...
get the sweet and brush and I'll brush it. Aww. I'm going to rest the wheel there. You can go slow.
Pivot. We made a fit. Look, the warhorse is now going to help me. Thanks, Brady. I knew I was going to need the wheelbarrow either way, depending on wherever they were able to put the it was like one of those cubic ton bags, like the path outside the house, then there's the wall, and then there's 3 steps up onto like the main level where the house is. So I ended up having to wheel the wheelbarrow like still in the garden but the other side of the wall, and myself and my mum had to use buckets, like mop and buckets, to put the soil into the wheelbarrow, and then I was able to wheel it through to the back garden. Again, that was back-breaking work, but we had like a system when we were flying through it, and I think it took about an hour and a half or so to get the whole ton bag from outside inside. Then it was nice to see the beds coming together. Obviously I left the rose bushes, there's like a main rose bush on the border on the side of the garden, and then a little small one, it's about that size, that my mum, she took a cutting from her sister. I think we got maybe 2 roses from that last year, so we'll see how that goes this year. And then on the back wall I left the lavender, because I love lavender there, and I think I'm going to put sunflowers on the back wall again this year, because I'm trying to recreate fields of Provence when Catherine and I were there a few years ago. Also, Mam and I decided to move the raised bed that I had put down in last week's video from opposite the previous one to beside it. Mam came up with the idea and I was like, no, I think that's a good idea. So we now have like a little vegetable patch area. There's room for us to like walk between the 2 beds, so if we need to like sow anything or pick anything or weed anything, we can. And it has just opened up that space. But now I think where I had put the bed last week, I think I want to dig another flower bed, because I have visions. A lot of the time whenever we're out in the garden, we sit on the patio and the sun kind of heads over in that direction in the evening. And so I was thinking, if in that little border, if I dug like a little flower bed / bordery thing and put verbena or grasses, stuff that doesn't get too tall but that you can see moving in the light. I love movement. I don't know, there's just something really relaxing about watching things moving in the breeze. I sound like a real weirdo, but that's what I love. When I'd ordered the soil from Quick Crop, I'm the type of person that if you're looking online, I'm just like to like have like a little more look, just to see was there anything else there that I could that I might need, especially if they're going to be delivering anyway. They had what would you call it, like kind of flower packages or plant packages. They've a load of different ones, and I was like looking between, like there was like a summer meadow one. Actually, let me look at their website. Yeah, so they're called flowering plant packs. I will leave everything linked below. They have a few different packs on the website, and I thought, for somebody who is a novice like myself and I don't always know what to put together when it comes to plants, I was like, this is brilliant, this is so good. So the one that I bought was called Late Summer Splash Perennial Flower Pack. That's what it looks like. So in that pack it was 119.50. It worked out at €5 a plant, which I think is brilliant value. But what I really liked about this is, so they give you all the plants, you get 24 altogether, but then there is a planting plan, like, that tells you what to do. And then, oops, you scroll across, I might have to do like a little cutaway on here. I think the thing is washing out, but it tells you, it's like a little grid, and it tells you exactly where to plant your plants. Now my border isn't kind of rectangular like that, so I took inspiration from there, because I didn't want to have the bed like, I didn't want to even out all of the plants all in a row and then make it look too even, too perfect. I love clumps. I think it makes a bed look fuller. In that, the Late Summer Splash, it gives you Aster cordifolius, Little Carlo, Salvia nemorosa cordana, Achillea terracotta, Stipa ponytails, do have 2 of those already on their fab, and then Verbascum phoenix violetta. Again, on this graphic here, it tells you which of the plants is going to bloom when, which I think is fab. So like the Little Carlo will bloom from August to October. The ponytails will be year round. They're kind of for structure, for movement. The salvias, June to October. The Achillea terracotta, July to September. The Verbascum phoenix violetta, May to August. Now, in fairness, the plants are very, very small. So I don't know how much colour or how much blooms I'm going to get this year, but they're going to be there for next year. The fact that the plants are so small means that I am going to have room to plant more, because there's a lot of space between them, and I think over the next few years I'll be able to like mix and move things around. I think I want to put some verbena, you know, the tall purple verbena in there as well. Maybe some catmint. I don't know if that will kind of take over a little bit too much, but it just means it'll have kind of like like height and structure right away. But I'm going to really enjoy watching everything growing and like filling out, hopefully, if they stay alive. keep sitting at the back window looking out going, I took that. I did all that myself. At the time now, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, now I know why on the telly that they use those rotavator, those like turf cutter things, but the side border is taken care of for now. I've loads of kind of like little plants and little seedlings that I probably will put in there. I want to put in rudbeckia, because I think that's going to look really nice against like the purples and the oranges as well, because the ones that I have are orange. For the border at the back, I think I want to keep that for sweet peas, for sunflowers, just to give a bit of height, because it's really strange. Whenever I moved, like Mum had put all the pots of trees and like the bigger things at the back, and she had taken that, or when I had taken it away, it made the garden look really bare and like not having that height on the back wall. So that's what I want to do. I want to keep that kind of empty for now, so that whenever I do plant out the sunflowers, I'll have a little sunflower field. Also, I'm going to be able to empty out a bit of the greenhouse as well, because my sister and her husband got their garden done last week and this week. It was finished this week, so they have gorgeous raised beds, and we're not allowed to step on the grass yet, but I've been growing stuff for them so that I can give it to them. I'm going to give them corn on the cobs and like peas and beans. I need to actually go and look at what I have. I know I did have people asking me what I'm growing. I'll actually talk to you about that next week's video, because I'm really trying to just grow what I think we're going to use, what I think we're going to eat this year. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now, and thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Let me know how you're getting on in your garden this week. Have you been digging any flower beds? I want to do maybe 2 more. Thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you in next week's lovely Gardeny Bits. Okay, bye!